Hey y'all, hey, if you're looking for the video where I turned an oversized tall tee into a fringy freakum dress, then look no further because you found it. This is the final look. It was quick and easy to make, and if I can do it, you can too. Let me show you how. You'll need a pair of scissors, a pin, a fitted dress you already have, and of course you're gonna need a tee that's 2 sizes larger than your normal size. Tall tees work the best. First, lay your fitted dress on top of your tee, then take your pin and mark the innermost points of your waist from your dress onto your t-shirt as well as the outermost points of your bust and hips. If that didn't make any sense, just look at what I'm doing, okay? The first cut that you're gonna make into the shirt will be along the side seam, so make sure you're cutting it right along that seam very slowly so that the cut is as straight as possible. Use about 4 fingers width from the armpit. You're going to leave that uncut because we're going to come back to that in a sec. And remember, whatever you do to one side, we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side of the shirt. Now, once you cut that seam open, you're going to begin horizontal cuts through the top and bottom of the shirt. I started at the bottom hem, then I moved back up to the top and began to cut using 2 fingers to measure the width. You do not have to use 2 fingers to measure the width if you don't want to. You can use less, you can use more. Just keep in mind, the bigger you cut your strips, the bigger the holes will be in the side after you double knot them. So if you don't want a lot of skin showing, cut the strips my size or smaller. Now, the longest cut should reach the mark you made on your dress at the waist. The reason I suggest marking your bust and hips as well would be because you'll know where the shortest cuts will be made. Now, I didn't do that, so I just gradually cut shorter strips as I moved out from the cut at the waist, and that worked just fine. Next, you're going to gently stretch out those strips, maybe giving a little more tug at the hem at the very bottom because it's not as stretchy. And once we do that, we're going to begin to double knot. Now, listen carefully. Make sure you are double knotting the top strip to the bottom strip, not the side strip to the side strip, because you're not going to be able to close the dress. It will have your ass and everything all out, and you're going to be mad at me when that is not what I'm telling you to do. So make sure you're double knotting the top strip to the bottom strip. Also, don't tie the strips too tight because once you put the dress on, you're going to want to tighten up some strips or loosen up some strips, and you don't want to have to struggle taking a knot out just to do that, okay? So we're going to work on these sleeves next. If you do not want fringe at the bottom of your sleeve, you can skip this part. Your dress is done. Get out there and shake a little something, you feel me? For those who do, the next step that you need to take is cut the bottom seam along the underside of that sleeve, just like we cut down the seam of that shirt. Leave about 2 fingers width from the armpit seam uncut. Next, you're going to make vertical cuts starting at the seam of the sleeve cuff, and you're going to cut up about 1/3 of the way into the sleeve. Be sure to cut the strips a little bit smaller here, maybe 1 finger width, because you don't have a lot of material to work with, but again, that's up to you. Now we're going to do the same thing we did down the side of the shirt, which is gently stretch those strips, pulling a little bit more at the hem because it's thicker, and then double knot those sleeve strips together. Remember not to knot them too tight unless you want it to fit like a tourniquet, okay? Repeat the same thing on the other side and your dress is done. Now, I made this particular dress with the tall tee version of my Virgo tee. You can find those on my website, missniko.com. I have all zodiac signs available. You can make this dress with any t-shirt on my website. Just be sure to choose the tall tee option and go up 2 sizes. Now, the reason I say to get a tall tee and not a regular tee is because the regular tees just have more width and the tall tees have more length as well as a curved hem at the bottom, so it gives you that extra coverage in the back so your ass ain't out. You feel me? I am 5'6", 145 pounds for reference, and I made this with an extra long tall tee. So if y'all like it, try it out. You can get your tall tee up at missniko.com. I thank y'all for watching. Let me know if y'all want to see some more. Love you. Bye.